tornadoes, flash floods, wildfire and dust storms from across the world.
It's crazy looking at this thing, man.
But our final story comes from Japan. On March 11, 2011, Japan experienced a natural disaster of biblical proportions. A massive tsunami wave hits the Japanese coast, ravaging towns and killing thousands of people. Japan is used to regular earthquakes, but tsunamis are still rare events. 480 kilometres north of Tokyo, northern Japan takes the brunt of the massive tsunami. In the remote coastal city of Ofinato, English teacher Bobby Bailey is teaching his class of 42 students. It's 2:45 p.m.
The earthquake struck. This time it felt very, very, very different.
In the centre of the city, the magnitude 9 earthquake is causing havoc.
1 minute, it got more violent. 2 minutes, got more violent. 3 minutes, it started shaking even more. At that stage, you just thought, the building might not stand.
At the school, Bobby loses no time in getting his pupils out of the classroom. They make it to the safety of the sports pitch. But as they wait for the tremors to subside, another more serious problem is fast approaching. Out at sea, the 10-metre high wave is churned up by the underwater earthquake. It's filmed by a Japanese naval ship just offshore, as it heads straight for the Japanese coast. In Ofinato, the sirens warn of the approaching wave.
Over the loudspeaker came the City Hall official, just telling everybody, just stop what you're doing, climb to high ground. We decided that we would get as high as we could.
Across the region, the first signs of what is to come. Water begins breaching sea defences and pouring inland. Anyone who can do so is fleeing. In Ofinato, the wave smashes the seawall and begins to destroy the city. Bobby and his class watch it from the safety of the hillside as it threatens their homes.
It just seemed to pass over it so easily and rolled straight into the city below. You can see landmarks, the shopping centre, the restaurants you visit, mixing with the debris, bits of concrete, things like that, just starting to disappear behind a big white cloud.
The city is swamped by millions of tonnes of water mixed with debris, obliterating everything in its path. It's now reaching its inland peak of 8 metres.
The students started to group together. Many burst into tears.
Finally, after several minutes, the water starts retreating back out to sea. 3,500 houses were destroyed. Bobby's home was flooded in the deluge, but he feels he got off lightly.
My wife was actually not in Ofinato City that day. If she had been at home, it might have been a very different story.
Every one of the 42 children Bobby took up the hill to safety survived, but that wasn't the case everywhere.
In our neighbouring city, our sister high school, they went to the place which they were told to go to, and they stayed there, and teachers and students, many of them, aren't still with us today.
Across Japan, more than 15,000 people died. Over 300 of Ofinato's townspeople lost their lives. Although the town suffered terribly, Bobby's decision to move to higher ground saved the lives of a generation of school children who could otherwise have been claimed by the tsunami.
prepare to take off on a jaw-dropping journey. Tuesday, for the first time,